Thank you for sticking with us. And right now, hope you're having a good morning. And we are with the mayor of Coral Gables, Vince Lago. How you doing?
Shay, it's a pleasure to be here. Incredibly impressed by the team that you have here at the University of Miami. It's truly an honor to be with you.
Pleasure to have you with us today. And now, you are the youngest mayor to be elected to this office in 2021, 2 times over since then. How proud are you to have been able to serve this city?
Well, I was elected a 3rd time over last year in 2025, and last year we celebrated our centennial, which went hand in hand with the University of Miami. George Merrick was a visionary here in the city of Coral Gables, and he's the one that started the University of Miami and had a vision of building this great community. So to me, it's one of the greatest privileges of my life outside of being a father of 2 young girls. We live across the street on San Amaro Drive for the last 15 years to really be able to lead this community, lead it to the centennial and lead it to its next 100 years.
Mm-hmm. And you know, part of what you've been able to do as mayor is be so accessible. Office hours, town halls, meeting with us today. How important and how do you factor in those comments, concerns that you hear from the public?
I'm happy you brought that up because something that I like to highlight. What a lot of people talk about, especially young professionals like yourself, look, I'm in my 40s, but all these young kids in their 20s and early 30s, you know, they're very disillusioned with politics, especially what you see what's happening at the federal level with the infighting between Democrats and Republicans. Both parties are to blame. It doesn't matter who is involved. What I like to see and why I ran for office, and I made a commitment when I ran, you know, we're going into my 14th year in public office. I was one of the youngest elected commissioners at that point. I was in my early 30s. I said, if I'm going to win this office and I'm going to have the privilege of serving this community, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something crazy. I'm going to do open office hours every single Friday starting at 2 o'clock, and I'm going to finish at 5. We've been doing that for 14 years, and it's something that it's incredible, and it's paid huge dividends for this community. We haven't missed a Friday. We've been working hard, meeting with residents, business owners, students, anyone who's interested to talk about Coral Gables or has an idea or can really tell us how we can be better. We've been doing it. Sometimes we've left at 7 o'clock at night, 8 o'clock at night. We've had 30, 40, 50 people show up. We're dealing with issues as simple as a pothole that needs to be addressed to something as complex as legislation, which may take 2, 3, 4, 5, even 10 years to bring to fruition. Case in point, the underline, which is an idea that came through discussions on open office hours. Also, we had an employee come to us and talk about the opportunity of doing in-home permitting for the disabled, for veterans, for single family members, for the elderly. We brought that idea to us at an Open Door Fridays. We worked on it for about a year, and now we do over 300 permits in home. So that's the purpose of meeting with these residents. To me, it's not only about the legislation, it's about being really accessible. And as people are more and more disenchantized with public office, I want to bring them back into public office. I want to bring young people like yourself to really think about the future. Maybe I'll look up at a career in public service. There's real opportunity to serve, and this community needs good public servants.
Mm-hmm. And one of those concerns in terms of the public is the expansion of housing, especially for like students here on the campus, looking at housing, looking at ways to expand it. How do you work with the university to, for example, on projects like the replacement of Mahoney Pearson, while also not trying to keep Coral Gables, Coral Gables?
Listen, I'm a big proponent of historic preservation, but we have to go through a process. We have a development agreement with the University of Miami, which we're currently working on with Manny Cadre, who's now leading the University of Miami, George Echevarria, Jose Mas, Rudy Fernandez. We're blessed to have great leaders at the University of Miami who've done great partnerships with the city of Coral Gables and are working hand in hand, really looking forward to the future. And what's the future about? The future is about you guys, about these students, both undergraduate, graduate students who are really looking to make an investment, not only in their education, because let me be very clear, when you invest in your education, you're investing in this community. Because I hope that when you graduate from the University of Miami, your next step is to not leave here and go back to wherever you came from. I want you to stay. And I was talking to students last night about that here at the University of Miami in student government. I want you to stay and be part of this community and take your tools and your talent and continue to elevate this community. We're the gateway to the Americas. We're the gateway to the world here in Miami. But in regards to housing, it's a major issue, especially as the cost of housing goes up in South Florida. And Coral Gables, as we all know, we've seen all the articles, it's incredibly expensive currently here. But I believe in free market. But what I've done is focus with individuals like Rudy Fernandez, George Echevarria, Manny Cadre. We've really focused on revamping the process and investing and making sure the city of Coral Gables is a partner in your efforts to build more housing. As you can tell, right next to my house, there's been a few thousand units that have been built here on the University of Miami campus, brand new housing for the students to enjoy. And that's something that we've been working on to really expedite the process and make it simpler. In regards to the historic preservation, we believe in always remembering and preserving our history, But we also want to make sure that if something is not historic, let's make room for something that's new and more modern, so it's more welcoming to families and especially the students that are going to call the University of Miami for 4, 6, 8, or maybe 10 years.
And especially part of that livability, Coral Gables has kind of seen lows in crime over your time here. How have you kind of done to keep people here safe, while also just what in the future are you guys continuing to look at?
So before I got elected, we hadn't hired new positions. I'm not talking about hiring new police officers. We're constantly hiring new officers as they retire. We 5 years ago, I proffered legislation that put 15 brand new positions, new police positions into the police department. Right now, we have more police per capita than any city in Miami-Dade County. And from last year to this year, we have a drop in crime of about 14%. We're seeing some of the lowest crime rates in the last 30 years here in the City Beautiful. That's a blessing. You don't hear about, significant murders, major thefts, major crime. You hear about petty crimes, and we tell people, be very careful. Over 60% of the car thefts occur because people are complacent. They get home from a long day of work or from a long day of studying, they leave their keys in the car, they don't lock their car. We tell people, lock your cars. Make it more difficult for crimes to be committed. We're expanding the police department. Right now, we're at 100% census in regards to police officers. We've really worked on focusing on their pension needs. We now have a $10,000 bonus that we give to new incoming officers to bring them in. So we're making it very enticing to become a City of Coral Gables police officer. And also, let's be honest, just like it's great to go to the University of Miami, it's this paradise, it's also great to be an employee here at the City Beautiful. The residents are amazing, dealing with the students, they're incredibly respectful. We abide by the law. We believe in law and order, we back the blue. And I've been very clear as an elected official that we're going to do everything in our power to make sure that the students here at the University of Miami feel safe. You're coming to the best university in the United States, possibly the world. We want to make sure that you enjoy this experience. So when you're done here, you say, I want to stay in the city of Miami.
And I've surely enjoyed my time here with you. And quick, we got a very brief amount of time left. How do you, for the next 100 years, how can we as a community continue to lift this place up?
We'll continue to engage. I mean, we're seeing that University of Miami is a wealth of knowledge and is really a true partner with the city of Coral Gables. You've seen how the football team, how the medical school, how the baseball program, how the basketball program, how the students have taken charge. And they're really taking charge here in the City Beautiful. So we depend on the university and the University of Miami to get involved. So as a diehard Hurricane fan, as a season ticket holder, I'm asking for the students to come and see me at office hours, engage in our town halls. We need your advice, we need your guidance, because some of the greatest ideas, some of the greatest opportunities to really lead come from the young people.
And it's been great having a time with you. Hopefully in the next 100 years, got a campus stadium a little closer, but that'll do it for all the time we have for you today. Still ahead, Canes Kickstart will cover the baseball team's most recent series versus Virginia Tech, plus MK Eason and Luca Mucciardi will bring you updates on the spring football season. Don't go anywhere.